Hey, Chris Lipe here, and in this video, we're going to play a game. I'm going to call it the Name What You Like About Your Voice game. Why are we going to play this game? Because a lot of students that I have, their very first response to their voice is what they don't like about it. And that's natural, right? You're starting to sing, you're like, I don't like that I sound like this. Or I don't like that I have a tendency to do this. I don't like that I get tired here. I don't like that, I don't like. But I think that a lot of students, and myself included at certain points in my vocal journey, we get so focused on what we want to change about our voice that we don't embrace and perpetuate what is good about our voice. And this simple mindset tweak of focusing more on what we do like about our voice is what is one of the main things that's going to help us truly discover what our voice is capable of. And once you've played this game with me, I encourage you to click the link below and join my free vocal course. Once you've taken inventory of what you like about your voice, and you probably already know what you don't like about your voice, you will be in a primed and ready state to start unlocking the true potential of your voice, which is what my vocal course is all about. So, hope to see you there. All right, I'm going to start. And the point of me going through this, evaluating my own voice, is really to give you guys ideas of things that you might hear in your own voice. It's not going to be exactly the same things, but as you see me analyze my voice in a positive way, the what I like about my voice way, this will help give you clues as to how you can do the same. So this isn't about comparisons or accolades. This is about truly and introspectively learning to look at your voice in a positive light. One of the things that I started to appreciate about my voice early on and then worked to perpetuate this quality was the difference in tone, timbre, richness, whatever, between higher notes and lower notes. And I kind of learned this as I was listening back to myself in various recordings, but then also started to notice even as I talk, this idea that, this is thinner and this is thicker. How can I really bring this lower resonant tone out? And how can I thin this out or make this a different quality that is separate and still pleasant, still sounds like the same voice, but also creates this dynamic and tonal range, not just pitch range. And so I'm going to go through this and this example. So I'm going to go back through the melody that you just heard and solo the lead vocal and unpack this thing I'm naming about what I like about my voice. I'm going to unpack it and analyze it so that I can continue to perpetuate it in my singing. And this is the approach that you should take too. If you can record yourself, even with a cell phone or something, listen back, like what you do, and figure out how you're doing what you like, and do more of it. That's the whole point of this game. So here we go, isolated track. I'm just going to narrate and point things out as we go. Freedom! Now this one word displays exactly the characteristic I was talking about. Notice how free grows. It changes in tone and in timbre, even though I'm on the same note at the beginning. Free! Free! I'm darkening it at the beginning and then brightening it as I go. It's this character. It's this involvement with tonal shaping that doesn't have anything to do with having to do it a certain way. It's this perpetuating of different tone, different resonance, different placement to convey a certain type of intensity. And then on dumb, freedom, I'm intentionally darkening it. Freedom, closing up a little bit, bringing it back, playing with that as a way to add dynamics and interest. Lying in bed with you. Okay, now this phrase, lying, I'm actually adding some compression. Lying in, intentionally, lying in bed with you. And being lazy with my mouth. Lying in bed, just to the point of breakup. Lying in bed, I don't want to do that. Lying in bed, that allows me to be bright and forward and aggressive while still seeming subdued in what I'm singing. Lying in bed with you. Lots of sound through my nose there. I'm transferring it more from my mouth, and then as the phrase goes on, putting it more in my nose to darken things. Lying in bed without compression. Lying in bed with you. Same volume, a lot less interesting. Lying in bed with you. And then going up to an intentionally thin head resonance, a thin note that contrasts what I'm doing down here. This is the interest that I noticed early on in my voice, but it wasn't near as developed. By naming what I liked and what I noticed, I was able to latch onto it and take it to extremes and work it into my voice in a way that was creative and intentional. That's what this game is about. Moving on. Same thing here, although I'm bigger on free. Freedom! And then at the end, notice this right here. A let down into my, well, I should say maybe a let up. I'm doing, and then I'm intentionally letting my voice go into my head resonance for just a second there, and creates more dynamic, more interest. Freedom is lying in bed with you. Freedom. Okay, now this last section, I am stepping it up in terms of the level of intensity, but I'm actually putting more compression in. If you listen to this first phrase here, is lying in bed with you. Compression to the point of grit at the end there. Is lying in bed, lying in bed, right? Lying in bed with you. Adding compression over the top of my note is allowing me to keep it bright and intense at the same time without killing my voice. Is lying in bed with you. Freedom. Darkening up intentionally at the end. Freedom. And I am on purpose getting to the point to where I am kind of resting on that last note, darkening it, separating the timbre and tone from free. Freedom! Placing that forward, it's a belt, but by the lazy face and the well-supported, well-compressed note, I'm creating separation between those notes. Okay, so now it's your turn. What is one thing, or maybe you can think of multiple things, that you notice that you really like about your voice? It can be anything. Mine was a fairly abstract thing. But I'm telling you, this approach helped me to pick that out in the beginning stages of my singing and perpetuate it, and then use other things that I've learned about singing to perpetuate that one thing that I liked about my voice. And you can, of course, do this with multiple things. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to leave it in the comments below. What is one thing you like about your voice? And how are you going to take what you've learned, or maybe you have questions about how you can take what you like about your voice to the next level. I hope you enjoy playing. I sincerely look forward to reading your responses. And again, if you want to take your voice to the next level, even in the context of what you are liking about your voice, be sure to click the link below and join my free vocal course. We'll see you for more.